Hello, Liz. Um, we are hello, Liz.
Hello.
Today we are going to make an interview about the second language learning. Right. Okay. The first question is: do you think identify problems interfere with learning a second language?
Um, Learning a new language does not give you a new identity unless you believe it that it and those you might develop a new personality based on your knowledge and would they tear its culture but language in itself does not turn into a different person.
All right. The second question is why why is it important for a student to separate grammar from communicated practice?
Following to presentation and practice stakes and communicate grammar lesson gives students the opportunity to practice to their grammar and to benching stakes of communicate communicate
No
grammar
worries.
lesson often focus on queries while friends becomes more important during practice stage.
Okay. The third question is what did the educator conclude in A and second language learning?
Um, According to the critical period hypothesis, is proved to be the myth that your learnings stand to avec advantage stake in second language learning and we learn foreign language whether all their learnings in the ultimate attain so older learning is rare as fast and efficient language learning. Next
Okay.
question, please.
Okay. What social factor can affect the learning a second language?
Specific social factors that can affect second language acquisition include gender, social class, and ethnic identity, um, situa- situation, situational.
Shifted? Okay.
Fact, Factors are those with very between social interaction.
Okay. The final question is why do English is a second language student focus more on grammar instruction?
Um, Grammar provides you way to structure you need in order to organize and put your message and ideas across. without grammar, in the same way as trying cannot move, without trying tracks. You want to be able to convey your meaning without a good command of typical grammar patterns. I don't know. Is this it?
Well, that's right. Well, how does the learner attitude and learning style influence learning a second language? I repeat the question.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, okay,
Yes, please.
okay. How does the learning attitude and learning style influence learning a second language?
When this concept is considered education content, it is said that every student has his her learning style. This difference personality, perception, ability, intelligence, affect students' motivation and attitudes towards the lessons. Results test difference affect the effectiveness of the lesson is
Okay. Next question is um, what are the factors of motivation in second language learning?
um, internal factors, mastery feelings of competence, and whereas develop, developed skills mastered and chose are self-efficacious. External factors to broader context, wider family networks, the local education system conflicting, interest, cultural, norm, societal expectation, and attitudes.
All right, that are two factors very important. Okay, the age question is according to the instrumental integrative motivation. What is the best motivation for the students?
Um, Having goals and expectation lends to screens motivation which in turn lends to it left of language competence, setting expectation and supporting students at a struggle allows learning to rise to meet those expectations. Um, when expectation are transparent, students could know where their learning is held and are motivated to get there because it seems possible the path is visible.
Okay. The next question is do you think positive attitude cause success in learning?
Um, of course, being a successful learning starts with having a positive attitude towards learning. Positive attitude lets you relax, remember, focus, and absorb information as you learn. This.
Well, that's right, because when we are very, we are not stressful, or I don't know, we can learning more easy, because when we, according with you, I agree with you. That's very interesting. Well, the 10th question is, why do teachers also influence student behavior and motivation?
Um, Folks say that teachers play important roles in students' motivation. Many sure subject that we teachers to student with respect, and you listen to and value their opinions. Students are more willing to comment, sorry, themselves to the hard work and insight in learning. Uh, this
Right. The 11th question is, do you think inhibition affect the learning of a second language?
I'm sorry. Invitation is the most crucial in language learning. Either other physical problems, students with invitations will protect their language education or producer something. My way, students' language is important in students' speaking performance, especially in taking risk. I have. Yes.
Right. What is the difference between instrument? The next question is, what is the difference between instrumental motivation and integrated motivation?
Instrumental. Um, Instrumental motivation refers to one that drives human beings to reaching goals and objectives. Uh, Integrate motivation is the one that employees feel when they want to be part of the company and try with it.
All right. The 13th question is, a relaxed student learn more than a stressed student?
Interesting student. Of course, when a student is stressed and preoccupied, um, it takes over their ability to focus during lectures or studying. This might even cause students to drop out of school or drop class, sorry.
Don't worry. Okay. The next question is how is acquisition of a second language developed with learner with a variety of contexts?
Context. There is a theory, the behaviorism perspective, and also be the Skinner that focus on imitation and memorization, which can contribute to the acquisition of the first language and of second language.
All right. The fixing question is does the innovative theory help the acquisition of a second language?
Um, um, in native theory is believed that every human being is born with that universe grammar and tracks to it is possible to learn a language to what is believed in being behaviors. Yeah.
Okay. Um, the next question is there a critical period for the second language acquisition?
Acquisition. According according to the critical period hypothesis, language can be acquired only within a critical period, extending from early infancy until puberty. The good news is that, unlike in the case of first language acquisition, the hypothesis is established for second language acquisition.
Well, that's very right. Because when the child are very young, they acquire more easy the information than an adult. And well, that's very nice. The next question is, what are your suggestions for overcoming the limitation of the individual difference of the student?
Language learning is believed to vary depending uh, on individual characters, learns individual difference, which might include personality, intelligence, attitude, motivation have become important factors for successful second or foreign language acquisition.
All right. The next question is, what are the advantages of learning a second language when you are a teenager or an adult?
Mm, Learning a second language leads to improved the scores during sorry, childhood and adolescence. As children get older, their Bilingualism can help to get hubs and eager ways. They also have more opportunities to travel, connect to their heritage or yet no other cultures. No other cultures.
Okay. The next question is, how does the social work, in this case society, interfere with the learning of second language learners?
Um, the social factor which affect on person's acquisition of second language are described in journal format. The psychological factor discussed are language shock, cultural shock, and culture is stress to social factor examined are about grouped under to the term social distance, but include type of integration patterns of the learning towards the target group. This is it.
All right. Well, the final question is, what are the most important personality and attitude characteristic for learning a second language?
Motivation, attitude, eight, intelligence, intelligence, cognitive style, and personality are considered as factors that really influence some in the process of here our second language um, acquisition. Um,
Well, well, very good. So, thank you, thank you for all the answers.
okay. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you some two questions. Yes.
Mm, right, right. Okay. Tell me all the questions.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready. Tell me the questions.
Okay. Okay. What happens? What happened when analyzing the difference that exists in learning a foreign language?
Um, well, um, it is there are multiple factors that influence it. Factor that give he learn the learning is nature. I think that.
Okay. Next, the question. Sorry. We with is it important to know the learning factors or no?
Um, okay, sorry, sorry. To determine the most suitable method for teaching foreign language for grouping a student in classroom. Um, well, that.
Yes. Oh, okay. Um, Next question. What do the types of learning style refer to?
Mm, well, referring to the fact that when we want to learn something, we use our own method or say or strategy skill to the process. Learning understand the information um, by 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 ourselves. I think that.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Question four. Um, what are sorry. What are some types of learning styles?
Um, well, some them are active reflective theoretical um, pragmatic maybe there are mo- I think.
Yes, yes. Um, okay. One moment, please. Okay. What is personality styles in learning?
Mm, well, um, I think it is the way in which we actually process information through our senses, the stimulus the receive with their preference.
Oh, okay, good. Uh, what what is an example of visual styles in a student?
Well, um, is the student who building his soul and memories from imagine or pictures and shape or colors and words and map or all the things that they use to memorize the process or the words or everything.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, one moment, please. Um, yes. Next question is what do to learning styles up? Sorry, is seven, no?
Right, right. The question there.
Yes
Um,
or no?
uh, right, right. Is the question seven? I think it's the question seven, but
Okay. Yes. Well, what do to learning style refer to?
um, well, referring to difference in the way people learning based their preference, straight with weakness. and I think they are.
Okay. Um, Next question is who to identify attitudes.
Mm, well, maybe it is analyzing self-esteem, the way of doing and learning, the speed or way of learning of the people, among other things.
Yes. Uh, okay. Okay. Um, who do social factors affect learning?
Um, well, the social factor can affect the motivation and attitude and successful in language learning. Um, and one of those factors is the social dyna, the dynamic or power relation between language language.
Okay. Relationship between language. Okay. Question 10. Um, who power relation in the social world affect the interaction and relationship between second language learners?
Well, the relations, the relationship, identify the student with the social world, is not calculated without first having an stable analysis.
Analysis. Okay, right. Next question. Um, uh, what influence the types of strategies the student uses to try to learn new material?
Well, the learning institutional pre- preference, and whether do it to inherent difference, in their approach to learning, or the belief about how language are learned.
Okay, good. How important is a person age when learning a second language?
Um, well, it is important, because if the second language begins to learning from childhood, it is easier possible to obtain quality result, when you reach very young, very young, because it's more easy, concentrate the information in the brain, maybe.
Oh, okay. Um, One moment. Okay. Are there learning problems in the native language if we started to practice a foreign language child?
Uh, well, even so, there is sophisticated syntax and effective pragmatic skills. There may be a slight difference between your rules of the language and of those who started learning the language when they are very young.
Very good. Yes, understand. Next question. Um, what happened with it is rice? Satire
Um,
is criticisms.
and it is argued that they affect the nature of language acquisition, language learning that occurs after the end of the creative criticism.
Okay. Um, One moment. Yeah. Of a child and an adult who has more opportunity to learning a second language better and faster.
Hmm. Um, a child has the opportunity since he can surround himself in an environment about the second language. His failures are are usually possible, but an adult has in mind to improvise, and they affect her or his learning.
Oh, it's young. Okay. Okay. Uh, let's go. What have the say they age investigations lead to in the face of personal experience?
Um, well, some educator and policy markers, as well as many parents have been led to conclude that second language instruction is more likely to be successful begins when are very very younger.
Oh, okay, it's right. Yes, it's um, they're very young, gone. Sorry. Okay, next question. Does the syntax depend on both the age of acquisition and the phonological development. Understand me?
Well, no entirely, but there is a relationship between age and the acquisition characteristic of a second language in addition to pronunciations.
Oh, okay. Pronunciation. Okay, it's good. Um, okay. Will there be a difference between learnings who thinking to learning English before puberty and those who begin learning English later?
Well, is there a difference since it was not at the same age that they began to learn the second language? Maybe.
Yes, yes. Sorry, yes. Okay. At what stage of life can a student find the most when learning a language?
Well, in the state of puberty, since it is where there are more controversial in the brain, everyday environmental, because when the child are more had more interaction with the his or her first language is more easy catch the words or the grammar. Uh, um, while the second language is more we need to memorize the information or the grammar because we are adapted to the we are mother language maybe.
Yes, okay. This question is free the expression, okay? Um, do you have any information you want to add about the topics? Yes or no?
Mm, well, maybe the only thing is uh, we talk about after the about is always more easy uh, interaction with we our first language than we are learners than a second language, and there are some mistakes that we taught or we practice the grammar, right? But it is not impossible. But I think that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's good. It's perfect. Thank you for the question. And Slim, this is it.
Okay, so bye.
Bye, goodbye. Thank you. Okay, one moment.